Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi's Northern California chapter held a free clinic in Milpitas, providing medical services and hygiene education. Tzu Chi's free eye clinic in Bohol, Philippines restored the vision of 4 siblings with cataracts. Programs on Master Cheng Yen's teachings are added to Tzu Chi's Da'ai Mobile. We begin today's program in the United States. Continuing their 19 years of free clinic services, Tzu Chi's Northern California chapter held its latest free clinic in Milpitas. Apart from dental services, chiropractic, and traditional Chinese medicine, hygiene education was also provided at the free clinic, serving a total of 59 residents.
In the United States, Tzu Chi's Northern California chapter recently held a summer free clinic for community residents.
Tzu Chi, and I had never heard about it before, and it was great. You know, everybody welcomed me with a smile.
Apart from offering dental services, chiropractic, and traditional Chinese medicine, a series of basic hygiene education was also provided.
This time, we're mainly educating the patients about high blood pressure and how to control their levels through dietary restrictions. We want the patients to be more aware of hypertension.
In total, 52 team up members offered medical service for 59 community residents. To give back to the community, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to provide high-quality service for local residents.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Free Clinic Center in Malacca is open twice a week to provide medical service to low-income residents and care recipients. Besides getting treated for minor illnesses such as cold and fever, many of the patients were relieved of their body aches through acupuncture sessions.
Tzu Chi Malacca Free Clinic Center of Malaysia offer Chinese medical clinics for low-income residents and care recipients 2 days a week. Among the services, acupuncture is the most popular.
I
come here twice a week. Nothing worked before acupuncture. My leg was numb, but now I feel much better.
My husband is getting better. He looks happier than before. I don't worry much about him. Seeing him being happy, I feel happy too.
Traditional Chinese medicine is not only widely accepted by the Chinese, but also popular with the local Malaysians.
I brought my mother here to alleviate her stroke symptoms. Her condition was bad before. Her mouth was crooked and she drooled. She needed help when walking, but now she can walk by herself. I'm very happy about this. Other clinics would charge so much for this type of treatment, but it's free here. It was hard for me to get up before, but now it is much easier.
Though Chinese acupuncture is helpful for most patients, doctors still suggest patients to exercise regularly.
Those who sit in front of a computer for a long time burdens their neck and waist. It would be good to get up once every hour, take a minute or 2 break by washing the face and changing positions and stretch.
The combination of exercise and traditional Chinese medicine can keep one's health in a good condition.
In the Philippines, one family in Bohol has 4 children ranging from ages 21 to 30, often suffer from cataracts, which blur their vision. Fortunately, Tzu Chi recently held a free eye clinic offering free surgeries, allowing these youth the chance to restore their vision. Nina's 3 siblings may seem ordinary from the outside, but they all suffer from cataracts, a hereditary condition in their family. Furthermore, because their father broke his leg last year, much of the family's savings have been used for his medical treatment. This has meant that their mother needs to bear all the financial burden of the family. With these 4 children in their prime working age and yet unable to share daily labor, the family is very anxious and worried about their future.
We have been dreaming of being just like other people, and right now God has given us an opportunity. We can now get this free surgery.
Nina's godsend was made possible through Tzu Chi, Filipino insurance, and a locally organized clinic. After waiting all day and night, it was finally time for the 4 siblings to have cataract surgery.
Right now, I can work and help my mother. Our eyesight will no longer hinder our work.
Yung paningin namin para makatrabaho ng maayos.
Siyempre, mahalaga to sa akin dahil
This surgery for me is very important. When I heal, I will work twice as hard and send our younger sisters to school. With our father injured, I promise to take charge as the eldest son.
With their vision no longer blurry, these 4 siblings will now be able to share their common desire to support their family. In Taiwan, a junior high student surnamed He from Puli was diagnosed with bone cancer in his right arm. Besides losing weight due to chemotherapy, he also faces the heavy burden of medical expenses. Fortunately, many kind-hearted people, including Tzu Chi volunteers, have reached out to him. This is 7th grader surnamed He, who sprained his right shoulder in a scooter accident earlier this year. His injury didn't heal, but instead turned into a tumor. Doctors diagnosed him with bone cancer.
I need to continue chemotherapy. After the tumor is reduced to a manageable size, doctors will operate.
In the past half a year, even in this miserable situation, he continues to put on a brave front for his grandmother.
I've been raising him since his birth. How can I not be upset? He always tells me not to cry because he isn't crying, but it's simply heartbreaking.
Before the young boy begins another round of chemotherapy on the 21st, Tzu Chi volunteers visited him.
We encouraged him to be brave. We hope that he will recover from the illness soon.
Many other kind-hearted people and charity organizations also offer their assistance.
If you need, we can send a car to pick him up if it's inconvenient for you. No, it's my pleasure.
Mr. He's classmates send their well wishes with homemade cards. The school opened up an educational saving account to help collect donations.
It has been a short while, but everyone has been very enthusiastic. We have been very careful about the information. We are almost to our goal.
Some residents go to the school to donate in person. The specialty account was established through the Ministry of Education. All the funds will be dealt with by the school, not the parents. It will be used to fund the 7th graders' medical expenses as well as for their education. As all hope he will recover from the illness soon. New Taipei City Xinzhuang Police Precinct invited Tzu Chi volunteers to teach police officers acupressure techniques. At the occasion, TIMA doctors assured the police officers that acupressure can help improve their health.
New Taipei's Xinzhuang Police Precinct awarded medals to 4 veterans of the force who served for 30 years.
I have served for 30 years in the field at our local police precinct and then this specialized unit.
It really isn't that long, just 30 years. But we are upholding a milestone for other police officers to follow.
As the recipients of the award went on the stage, they set an example for their fellow officers in the audience to follow.
I am very happy that my colleagues can stay in their posts. We want to do service to our country with dedication to the community.
In order to properly dedicate oneself to the community, one must keep themselves healthy.
In the place that our eyebrows meet, the outer corners of our eyes, there's a small indent. If you have a headache, I suggest you use your middle finger to massage this area.
Each month, TIMA sends doctors to the police station to teach acupressure techniques. Tzu Chi has been doing this for 17 years.
One
colleague has a problem with his child who doesn't want to go to school and instead sleeps at home. They asked us how to deal with the situation and how to tackle it better.
Often, our Tzu Chi brothers and sisters go to the police precincts to meet with my colleagues. They come and accompany us, whether it's to help us with our service or even just to chat and help us unwind.
Tzu Chi is actively helping police officers better serve at the front line and, in the end, helping all of us in the general public.
Tzu Chi's Da'ai Mobile, a site accessible through one's cell phone or tablet, has recently added new content to its site. The latest programming includes many of Master Cheng Yen's teachings, such as Wisdom at Dawn and Stories by Master. Next, we join Da'ai TV CEO Su锦琍as she speaks to volunteers in central Taiwan about the benefits of spreading the Dharma via the internet.
At this year's Volunteers Training Program in Central Taiwan, organizers invited Da'ai TV CEO Su锦琍to speak. She encouraged volunteers to follow technological advances and help spread Master Cheng Yen's teachings.
We should use different vehicles and different platforms to spread Dharma and compassion throughout society.
When visiting diemobilecom, one can access the Master's teachings and view programs such as Wisdom at Dawn, Essence of the Bodhi Mind, as well as Stories by Master.
This is where the latest Master's teachings are. We have 4 of them, and you can click each of them for viewing. You can also send a link for others to watch as well. I think this is an effective way to spread compassion to more people.
All the information is up to date, no matter if it's the news or the Master's teachings.
It's simple to use and without time restrictions.
It's very immediate. During the event, if you need a Jing Si aphorism, I can get one right here. It's convenient.
Tzu Chi's humanitarian mission began with Tzu Chi Monthly and now includes the newest technology, continuing to spread the Dharma and purify minds. During her commute, Wenyu has a habit of taking out her cell phone and watching programs on Da'ai Mobile.
When I take the bus or the MRT, I browse the Da'ai mobile site to learn about the latest news or even watch Da'ai dramas. Recently, the newest addition to the Master's teachings is wonderful. I think it's more convenient than going onto YouTube to look for the programming.
Da'ai Mobile's newest edition includes 5 programs that contain Master's teachings, which are Life Wisdom by Dharma Master Cheng Yen, Wisdom at Dawn, Essence of the Bodhi Mind, Daily Journal of Dharma Master Cheng Yen, and Stories by Master. It's not only accessible all the time, but also easily shareable with others. In the past year or so, mobile content is where information is often seen and shared, such as news or so-called citizen journalists or self-reporting.
People nowadays look to read things that are of interest to themselves or things they need to know. If one has a fan base, then one's sharing potential is great. The second is that people like audience interaction.
As the internet becomes more readily available, the way that audiences receive information evolves from a passive role to an active role. Through the Da'ai mobile webpage, audiences can access Master Cheng Yen's teachings 24/7 wherever they are.
In a previous report, we follow singer Fung as she traveled to Malaysia to promote 2 books, tracing Tzu Chi's compassionate work for the past 50 years. As a famous singer, Fung believes that celebrities should contribute to society because of their influence. Let's take a look at how she traveled to different parts of Malaysia to encourage people to spread love and compassion.
心若倦了，泪也干了，这份深情难舍难了。
The popular song New Everlasting Love, sung by Fung, has touched the hearts of numerous people. However, besides singing love songs, Wan Fun also expresses compassion for humankind through her songs. Singing songs that describe Tzu Chi volunteers' great love, Wan Fun has traveled to different places in Malaysia and shared these experiences about her interaction with Tzu Chi volunteers.
慈济人就第一时间赶快想到，就把便当送过去给受灾户。
Tzu Chi volunteers immediately thought about delivering lunch boxes to the affected residents. When the residents saw the volunteers, they said, "I knew you would come." Then they embraced our Tzu Chi brothers and sisters. The master said, "I am very grateful that Tzu Chi volunteers are being trusted and needed by the public." I was deeply moved when I read this part.
满满的感动。
Delivering aid supplies with respect is an impression Tzu Chi volunteers left in Wan Fang's mind. She has come to promote 2 books that trace Tzu Chi's work of love and compassion for the past 50 years.
I hope I can work harder in the future. I felt deeply moved listening to Sister Wan Fang's talk. I feel that I need to relate to the Master's thoughts.
The Master established Tzu Chi 50 years ago and has been through trials and challenges. As disciples, we should follow in her footsteps and move on with firm resolve.
With her singing, Wan Fang encourages everyone to work together to spread love and compassion.
An exhibition was held at the Tzu Chi Nehu grounds, which helped the attendees learn about impermanence in a creative way. There are also interactive displays where by hand cranking a generator, guests can fly a plane from Taiwan to Zimbabwe. Let's take a look.
With animation and application of mechanics, people can watch how the artisan in water-repentant sutra creates buildings driven by his desires and eventually loses everything when impermanence strikes.
This represents that a disaster has occurred and his house has fallen. He then understands repentance.
It would be laborious for one person to hand crank the generator to power the plane from Taiwan to Zimbabwe. However, when people lend a hand, the mission is quickly completed.
We're flying the plane to Bangkok, making a stop in South Africa before arriving in Zimbabwe. Every time when the plane flies through a point, a video will play.
There is even a surprise to be found in the display of Tzu Chi's bamboo coin bank.
If we finish inserting coins into the 6 bamboo coin banks, all 6 lights of the characters for love and benevolent actions, our treasures will shine.
A prefabricated unit can also be found. All the furniture inside are made from recycled material. The plastic bottles have been turned into a mattress, which can serve as a floating device in case of floods.
We hope to get these materials locally and use these recycled plastic bottles to cherish goods.
Tzu Chi's 50th anniversary exhibit at the Tzu Chi Nehu grounds has really brought out the volunteers' creativity. Volunteers hope that these displays would bring interested visitors to get to know Tzu Chi.
To jointly celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, Malaysia's Bukit Mertajam Tzu Chi Academy held a mini sports festival, inviting parents and children to participate. These sporting activities were designed to enhance parent-child relationships.
To celebrate Parents' Day, Malaysia's Bukit Mertajam Tzu Chi Academy held a mini sports festival with activities specially designed to improve parent-child bonds.
In the class, you'll see that some children are very shy, but today they're all laughing and enjoying playing. And when everyone participated in this bobbing for apples activity, everyone was quite happy.
Many parents are usually busy at work, leaving little time for their children. This means that many parents want to take advantage of this opportunity to further build their parent-child relationship.
I haven't gone out to play like this with Mom in a long time. I hope we can do this every day.
Participating in this sports event has brought us closer to our children.
These parents and children were brought closer together through the sweat and laughter enjoyed in these games. Furthermore, children also learned the spirit of competition, as well as the value of family in the sporting event.
In Fujian, China, most wedding banquets in farming villages serve lavish meals with lots of meat dishes. However, Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Jingzhu wanted to promote the benefits of vegetarianism and decided to hold a vegetarian wedding banquet when she got married.
This dish of cold bamboo shoots appears quite appetizing to banquet attendees. In Zhangzhou, vegetarian restaurants are quite rare, and few wedding banquets serve only vegetarian food.
We have not had a vegetarian wedding banquet here. It's very delicious.
I've never tried this before. It is very delicious and tastes like a meat dish, or even better, it's not greasy.
The bride is Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Jingzhu, who wants to share the benefits of a vegetarian diet with her friends and relatives on her big day.
In fact, my health was not good and I often got pimples on my face. After joining Tzu Chi, I gradually adopted a vegetarian diet and found out that my health improved. My pimples are gone, so I think that embracing a vegetarian diet is great.
Serving a banquet of 40 tables is a large task for this vegetarian restaurant, which had never undertaken a job of this scale before.
I had a lot of pressure because I was afraid we didn't have enough manpower to serve such a large number of guests. With the help of Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, I eventually gained more confidence.
Most of the people in farming villages are not aware of the benefits of vegetarianism. We are promoting vegetarianism for the first time, helping people realize that vegetarian food is delicious, good for all living beings as well as ourselves.
In this farming village, as banquet guests enjoy vegetarian cuisine, they have also gained a deeper understanding about the benefits of vegetarianism.
In Kaohsiung's Qishan lives 76-year-old senior Mr. Li. Li, who has been through a car accident, lives in a cluttered home environment. Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to help the senior clean up his home.
It was pouring buckets in Kaohsiung, but the heavy rain didn't stop the Tzu Chi volunteers' enthusiasm. With a mixture of rainwater and sweat gathering on their faces, the volunteers are here to help clean up the seniors' residence. The outside was filled with recyclables that could be resold. Inside the house refrigerator, there was also an excess of gifts from neighbors. Lee's refrigerator contained food that was already rotting, but with the volunteers' patience, it was soon cleaned up. The 76-year-old senior lives on his own here, and seeing how volunteers braved the rain to help him, he's deeply moved.
After the cleanup, I feel refreshed and also more comfortable.
When the house was rid of its peculiar smell and the courtyard was tidied, Lee felt grateful for all of the volunteers' contributions. The rain cleared soon after, and taking advantage of the sunshine, everybody stayed behind to take a picture with the senior and promised to visit him again.
In the United States, Tzu Chi's New Jersey chapter held the 10th annual Tzu Chi Cup Chinese speech competition, which attracted 54 contestants from 16 schools. At the event, students of different ethnicities presented the fruit of their diligent practice. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.